If you want to get in contact with me, the best way to do it is on Instagram. If you just want to say what up, if you want to tell me you love my videos, you can tell me that you hate my videos, but the best way to do that is on Instagram. Peace, y'all. Jonny Fastlane here. So, Tory Lanez is still threatening Interscope, and OT Genasis does a remake of a Keyshia Cole song, and Keyshia Cole ain't feeling it. Plus, Fetty Wap dropped some new music. Let's talk hip-hop. Alright, yo, so this is getting crazy, right? So y'all remember last week Tory Lanez kind of went on Instagram and he was like, yo, y'all got one more time to play with me, Interscope. I'm gonna expose y'all, blah, 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 right? And then like a fan like responded to him on Twitter and was like, yo, chill out, man. I don't want to see you get killed like all these other artists. You know, conspiracy theorists basically saying, yo, the record label gonna kill your ass, right? For talking out of turn, right? Tory Lanez was like, I don't care if I get killed. You know, my pride is more important, and if I die, don't let my death be in vain. Like, he's upset, right? And this is why I like Tory Lanez, because he's like super extreme all the time, and he's super passionate, and I could feel that, you know what I'm saying? And that's appreciated, right? But anyway, so ever since then, Tory Lanez has been really quiet and hasn't said anything at all, right? And I even saw somebody said on Twitter, yo, somebody check on Tory Lanez, because ever since he said he was thinking about exposing Interscope, no one has heard from him, right? And that was like probably a week ago, right? So yesterday, he goes on Instagram and he's like, yo, 7 p.m., I am gonna go live and I want all of y'all on here. We're gonna start this Interscope shit. I can't take no more of this, right? And then in the caption, he puts, Interscope, I tried to tell y'all to stop. I guess we're gonna start this today. We going for 30 days straight, holiday season, right? Insane, right? And so I was looking forward to, like, 7 p.m. him coming out and saying something, right? But he didn't. But he also just went on Twitter and said something else. He was like, to my fellow artists, if anything happens to me in any part of this process, I did it all for my upcoming artists to be smarter with these deals and to be in better positions for y'all families and to be aware of dangers, and even when your business is right. You know what I'm saying? So this is crazy, because it seems like he's like upset about some kind of business between him and the record label, right? Look, I think personally, Chicks Tape 5 dropped. Every single song on Chicks Tape 5 except for one song was a sample, and then every single song on Chicks Tape 5 had a feature in it, except for one song had a feature in it, and that feature was some other artist, right? So I'm guessing that probably Tory Lanez expected to get a certain amount of money from Interscope Records by now, since Chicks Tape 5 dropped probably like a month and a half ago, and he hasn't seen that money. Or maybe he did get a check, but it was a whole lot less than what he thought it would be, and the record label was probably like, well, we had to pay to clear these samples, pay to clear that sample, pay this artist, pay that artist. I mean, if you got 13 songs in a joint and 12 features on it, then you know where that money is going, right? If you got 13 songs on a joint and 12 samples on it, then you know where that money is going, right? So it seems like a lot of people maybe made more money off the album than he did, and of course he's upset because he's the one that kind of sat there, curated it, executive produced it, and did all that. And even though his business is right as far as the the percentages and everything that him and his team received, they probably received a lot more, because a lot of money from that budget probably came out to pay all the clearances for the samples and all that, right? That's what I'm guessing. But Tory Lanez has not said anything, but he has, threatened to say stuff, right? So just come out and say it. But again, then I don't want nothing crazy to happen to Tory Lanez, so I get it, right? But hey, that's what we know for now. Let me know what y'all think about this in the comments. Yo, okay, so that's OT Genasis, right? And y'all know OT Genasis, I'm in love with the cocoa, and cut it, cut it, cut it, cut it. That's the first time I ever heard Young Dolph on that song, cut it. Your price is too high, you need to cut it. I was like, okay, who's this Young Dolph dude, right? Anyway, right? So OT Genasis, right? He came out with a song, but I mean, it's clearly like a funny song and a trolling song, right? Where, you know, I guess he was feeling like a funny, and OT Genasis has like a real funny, weird sense of humor. He's always dancing around, crip walking. I see him at parties. He was just at Diddy's birthday party talking to Post Malone like, hey, Posty, you know you've been holding that same cup for about 2 hours, right? Post Malone is like, that's funny because I had about 9 of these before you was even born, you know, funny shit, right? So I really like OT Genasis, right? And again, he does something that's just so hilarious and like in the vein of hip hop, right? Where you take an old R&B song, and this song is like a Keyshia Cole song that came out like in 2004, 2005. He redid it, you know what I'm saying? Same exact beat, but he's like singing. He's not trying to sound good. He's not using no auto-tune. He sounds horrible as he's singing it. And it's just funny as hell, right? And he's like, never knew that I was crippin'. And it's just retarded, right? And I guess the internet had like a lot of fun with it, and I did too, right? But somebody who didn't have any fun with it was Keyshia Cole.
I am trying to get my music, you know, to where it used to be. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to find that passion for the music that I had so long ago when I ain't had nowhere. I was trying to get out of Oakland. I was so stressed out. Right? But now I'm like, I'm smooth sailing, I'm good. But I'm really trying to get back to where my music used to be. So I would like my classics to be left alone. Is that wrong? You know, as an artist to say, you know, I mean, I love everybody, I mean, that sings my song. I mean, I done had Cardi, since we talking about her, sing it, you know, sing my songs. And he did it on Valentine's Day. Bruno Mars was singing it. Trey Songz singing it in the club, you know, but they keep my lyrics the same. You understand what I'm saying?
Yes.
How am I gonna get paid? You know what I'm saying? If you making new lyrics and you ain't sent me out a check. And then people hit me up saying like, oh, I would never listen to Keyshia Cole's song the same. And it's like, that's kind of like...
It's Keyshia Cole, right? And I gotta say, man, black don't crack, and Keyshia Cole look good, right? Like, she look like a light-skinned Nia Long or something right now. Like, am I lying? Like, but anyway, right? So the whole situation is Keyshia Cole was like on BET or something like that, and she was talking about how OT Genasis redid the song, and she was kind of upset about it, right? She's like, I don't like when people redo my classics, right? And I guess, you know, she said, you know, Trey Songz redid something, another artist redid something, but I guess she got paid for it because they were using her same lyrics. But since OT Genasis kind of just used the same beat, maybe the producer of the beat's getting paid for it, and then since he just changed it around to his own funny, stupid ass, like, you know, trolling lyrics, that she's not getting paid off of that, right? She also says that she's trying to come back out and she doesn't appreciate somebody doing that stuff to her classics, right? But here's my whole thing, right? Hip-hop is so different now than it was back in 2004, 2005, in the early 2000s when Keyshia Cole was coming out hard, right? And really and truly, something like this could actually bring recognition, notice, and eyes and brand new fans to Keyshia Cole who never knew her because they're like, what song is this that Keyshia Cole is, that OT Genasis is redoing? And then they'll see that it's an old Keyshia Cole song called Love, and then they might realize that that song is hard and that song's a classic. And actually, that's one of my favorite Keyshia Cole songs too, right? But the way that the internet is, I just really don't think that Keyshia Cole should be taking herself too seriously to the point where it's like, OT Genasis ain't trying to go platinum off of this, right? He did it because it was funny and it's for the internet, right? It's not like he's like serious with it or anything like that. It's not like it's a mixtape track or whatever, a throwaway track. I mean, it won't even probably be on the mixtape or anything like that, right? You see him, his homeboy in the back with the Crip flag, like going like this, like they're just singing the most hardest R&B ballad ever. You know what I'm saying? So I just think that Keyshia Cole is doing a little bit too much by even kind of denouncing or saying that she's not feeling it or not liking what OT Genasis is doing, because really OT Genasis is, look, I wouldn't be talking about Keyshia Cole if OT Genasis didn't do that right now. You know what I'm saying? So obviously other people are gonna now look for Keyshia Cole and see what's up with her, right? But anyway, man, let me know what y'all think about this in the comments.
Ain't nobody dope as me, I'm dressed so fresh. Don't you?
So the record label better stop playing with Fetty Wap, okay? Now, Fetty Wap done had mad classics, but that was a couple years ago. And like within 1 year, he bust his whole clip and he put out like 3, 4, 5 joints that was like crazy, right? From Trap Queen to that Wiz Khalifa, yeah, you know, and everything in between, right? 6, 7, 9, and just everything, right? It was crazy, right? And then he kind of fell off. He did disappear for a little while, but I think he was going through like personal problems with like his baby moms, and like he got arrested one time, and like a whole bunch of stuff, right? But then he came out with another song, maybe like this year, like earlier this year, called Birthday, right? It was hard. The first time I ever heard it, 50 Cent actually put it on his Instagram. And that was when 50 was like, you owe me money, you owe me money. And so Fetty Wap was like, yo, 50, I hope I don't owe you because you put my song up on your Instagram. It was funny, right? That song Birthday was dope. Monty was in it too, right? And then now Fetty Wap is back with another joint, right, called Fresh and Clean, where he sampled I'm So Fresh and So Clean, Clean by Outkast, right? Don't you think I'm so sexy? I'm just so fresh, so clean. And the way that Fetty Wap flipped it, the beat kind of sounds like Fresh and Clean, but not really. The hook is dope. The way that Fetty Wap is singing it, just like Sleepy Brown, is fire. The verses are dope. Like, Fetty Wap is good for coming out with a classic, right? Fetty Wap reminds me of OT Genasis, right? Where he is good to come out with a hit at least once a year if he could put his mind to it, if he could get his shit together, right? But the record label better stop playing with my dog, man. And I think that Fetty Wap is about to drop, right? And maybe this is the first single, and so far, the first single is fire, right? So check it out. It's called So Fresh. And let me know what y'all think about this and everything else in the comments down below. Don't forget to like, comment, share, subscribe. Make sure you hit that notification bell. Follow me at Jonny Fastlane on Instagram, and y'all already know what to do. Peace.